Hello friends, Joe here, once again to look at some new characters. We know that we're getting Yukata Ilsa and Yukata Nezha. Are we getting anyone else as well alongside them? Who knows, but let's find out. Jesus Christ. Yukata Ilsa in Dark. Right before Guild War. Is she going to be good? And Yukata Nezha in Fire. Interesting. Oh, Fire. If he's good, he might be good for Fire, because Fire has really easy time doing the Primal Pal stuff. If he has a similar sort of passive. But yeah, just the two of them. So, let's take a look at their weapons. Yukata Ilsa has an axe. Big Garrison, Small Majesty, okay. But no FLB. And then Nezha's Fist. Big crit, medium, double attack, whatever. Alright, let's look at Ilsa. He's in Dark. Charge attack, massive dark damage to a foe, end cooldown for Wages of Sin. Not sure where that is yet. Skill 1, boost to Dark allies, critical hit rate and a damage cap. And echoes. Very nice. For 5 turns, nice. Which is Sin, that's the one that's ends cooldown on our Ogi. Dark damage to all foes, hit to attack and defense. Boost to specs based on number of Diuturna. Interesting. And then skill 3, increase number of times caster does an attack this turn based on number of Diuturna, max quadruple strike. Jesus, what? That's pretty nutty. Deal triple attacks, low charge word gain. Normal attacks deal 3 hit down. Okay, so she has the Valentine Grimnir passive. And down effect to at battle start one time, 1 Diuturna to Ilsa, max 3. Each time an ally is knocked out, 1 Diuturna to Ilsa, end cooldown for Ilsa skills. Okay. So, I guess you want to use Death on something. I'm going to assume that she seems really, really good for bursting. Just mostly because of this, and also because of this. Let me check the wiki. If stuff is updated. It seems to be. I mostly want to see what this does. Alright, so it just so if you have 1 Diuturna, this is a 650% nuke. And then the debuffs is 5 turns, and it goes up to 900% and 7 turns. But not multi-hit, unfortunately. But otherwise that would probably be the icing on the cake, because otherwise she seems just really strong for bursting. I'm going to assume that you'd probably want to use her in like Ereshkigal teams, or like the similar sort of teams that just use that Belial chain on Opus to get the rest of your team double striking for like, what, 3 turns or something in a row? Yeah, she... You're probably going to want to use her for Guild War. Shit, yeah, she just... honestly, like, yeah, just... This and this alongside what Dark can do with Burst seems like she's going to be really strong. Especially, like I said, if you are an Ereshkigal gamer. But yeah, otherwise not really a lot to say. Like, this is probably going to be difficult to get to 3. I mean, you could get... I mean, she starts with 1. You can put a buffer in the 4th spot and then death them to get to 2 and get some like more echoes or buffs or whatever. But I think getting to 3 is maybe going to be... Maybe I'm completely not thinking of something really obvious in order to get the 3rd one, but getting quadruple strike is maybe going to be somewhat difficult. You'd at least need some setup. I don't think it's something you're going to be able to just very easily get turn 1. But triple strike, yes. And yeah, just with this and any other buffs that you can give her, she just seems like she's going to be super, super strong for auto burst. So you're probably going to want her. Yeah, otherwise super simple kit, not a lot to say. She just seems really strong for burst. And now Nezha, is he going to be better than his wind version? Let's see. Ogi, massive fire damage to and massive fire and wind damage to a foe. 3 turn cut to Nezha's skill standby and cooldowns. Skill 1 fire and wind damage to a foe. A 30% boost to caster's charge bar. Okay. Fire damage to all foes. Hit to fire defense. 2 random debuffs. So we have fire defense, gravity, wind attack, debuff resistance, multi attack, and special attack damage. Okay. 20 hit fire and wind damage to random foes. 9 dragon flame reef effect caster can't recast. Charge attack reactivates. CA damage is boosted. HP is lower on every turn. Deals bonus fire damage on normal attacks. Deals bonus wind damage on normal attacks. Is that echoes or is that a nuke? 20 turns. Okay. I mean, you can get it down with this. No charge bar gain upon normal attacks. Oh. You're probably going to want to use Kengo to get him Ogiing a bit more often then. Although, I was going to say, this probably goes down to 6 turns? Yeah, 6 turns. So, yeah, you're probably going to want to use Kengo or something to get him Ogiing a bit more often. And he does have a Primal Pals passive, so gain these effects in order based on number of Primal allies in the party. Ignore foes, wind resistance, boost to attack, deal triple attacks, boost to skill damage specs, and supplement skill damage. Based on the wiki, this, where are we? This seems like echoes. Wiki says 10% bonus fire damage effect, which that's, and 10% wins, that sounds like echoes to me. Which, he seems fine. He's probably pretty decent just to run with Primal Pals. Like, you can pretty easily fit, I think, 4 or 5 Primals in a party now. Because you have what? You have him, you have Summer Medusa, you have Fire Satyr, who is really strong after her rebalance. You have Michael. And you have, like Shiva, maybe? He's pretty decent after his FLB. So yeah, my only real concern is just his getting him to Ogi a bit more often, because otherwise this is going to take quite a while to get up. It's 3 turns per Ogi. So essentially 4 turns, because you'll obviously be taking a turn as well when you Ogi. So, like with Kengo, you could probably get this up, I imagine, within 10 turns and not super difficultly. Just kind of wish this was a bit more multi-hits. Just because, you know, Michael Axe and stuff like Fire does like multi-hit, similar to Dark, they like multi-hit skill stuff. Obviously this is 20 hits, but you can only do it once, so but it seems like he gives himself two separate echoes with this, which obviously works well with Michael Axes and stuff. Yeah, he seems okay. Like, he seems better than his wind version, that's for sure. Like, hard to say whether he... I mean, you could probably fit him in pretty easily, like I said, with a Primal party, but I don't know how... if you'd want to bring him to, like, harder fights, simply because he doesn't offer that much in terms of... in terms of utility. Seems like he's mostly just damage focused. And he's probably pretty good at it once he gets this up, since he's going to get oh, this is only Ogi damage. It's not like cap or anything, but it's 100% Ogi damage with reactivation. So that's decent, pretty good Ogi damage when he does it. Plus 2 sources of echoes. Like, For not super difficult fights, he's probably fine to bring. Is it for like harder fights? My concern is he's just maybe not going to bring that much utility. But because he's prime, because he doesn't seem that bad, and because he is primal, you could just slot him in the backline just to get an X to help build these effects up on like Satyr and like Summer Medusa or something. So yeah, he seems okay. Like I don't think he's super strong, but you could probably find a space for him if you really wanted to use him. And he's certainly better than his wind version, that's for sure. His wind version, I think, is kind of okay now after his recent rebalance. But you're probably still not going to be using him if you have other options. But yeah, that's that. Just those two characters today. I might spark for Ilsa. I'm maybe gonna wait a day or so just to see some like discussion on her, see some like showcases just to see how strong she really is. But like first impressions, she seems like she's gonna be really strong for bursting. Like, you know, Ereshkigal teams probably for like OTK if you're using an auto attack OTK, probably for really strong for the lower level nightmare stuff as well in Guild Wars. So I'm going to say if you're super invested in Dark, like I said, if you're using Ereshkigal, you probably want her because she just seems like she can put out a lot of damage. And, you know, possibly with like some crazy like setups that I'm just not thinking of, you can probably just absolutely just out damage the rest of the team combined, possibly. Just because, you know, she has that Valentine's Grimnir passive. She gives herself a damage cap and echoes. She can give herself up to quadruple strike, which is nuts. And every other thing you can, any other buffs you can give her in Dark would be just make her even stronger. So yeah, she seems really strong. Possibly going to spark her, so watch this space maybe. But yeah, thanks for watching. And if I don't spark and you don't see that video, then I will see you again in probably a couple of weeks for the next Smash Fest. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!